What's up, boys? It's Trev Cat. What's your favorite arcade game, and what's your least favorite popular arcade game? Love the pod.
Favorite and arcade game, least favorite popular arcade game. You could just say least favorite arcade game. Thank you,
Yeah.
Trev Cat.
My favorite all time. I know people are going to expect me to say Golden Tee. I don't know if that really applies. If that
It
qualifies,
It definitely does.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm not going to choose it though. Instead, I'm going to go with NBA Jam. I used to hit NBA Jam arcade when I was a kid at North Cross Mall, and we would play it for hours. Just drop quarters in it all day long. It was tight.
I like that. I like that.
That's a good
That
one.
is a good one. That music, when you walk by and you hear that music, it's hard not to drop some quarters in there.
It means it's go time, Dave.
My least favorite, I will say this. This is a fuego take, so get ready. I'm pulling the pistol out. Pac-Man stinks.
That's mine, Dave. That's mine. It sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. That's a bad. It's not a good take necessarily, but it's definitely not a bad take. Like it's a mediocre game that can kill some time, but it's never something that you should be your first choice.
Well, you got to appreciate it because it's an old one. You know, it's not like it was released in 2005, so it's got some. It's like a vintage feeling, like throwback game, and you got to appreciate it a little bit.
I almost didn't say that because I didn't want to like get into like a weird personal thing with you because I know you and your buddies grew up high school probably playing a lot of Pac-Man.
I'm terrible at Pac-Man. I never play, but I appreciate it.
You guys pulled up to the arcade in your IROC Z with your denim jackets and went inside, played some pinball.
I mean, I have a take.
Let's hear it.
99% of arcade games suck, and I don't like playing them. I feel like I don't like arcade games because I grew up in a time where I played most of my video games not in public. And so I never took to any arcade games, especially because we didn't really have like a good arcade. And so like I just have never gotten into them. The only one I will willingly play is NBA Jam. But anytime someone's like, let's go play Big Buck Hunter, I'm like, I don't want to do that at a bar right now. Like I'd rather just not do that.
I'll throw out Big Buck Hunter as my least favorite. And that's strictly because I'm so bad at the game that I get frustrated playing it. It is a cool game. I'll give it credit. It's a fun game. If you're like halfway decent, I'm not even close to halfway decent.
You're always shooting the endangered species that runs by or whatever.
If it flies, it dies, Dave.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
We got a six top of like dudes and we're hanging out somewhere and there's an arcade game and then two people just go off in the distance and play Big Buck Hunter for the next hour. It's like, what are you doing? Like what we all came here to hang out and there's just two of you playing a fucking video game together at a restaurant.
Man, Will, that sounds like going to a bar after 30.
I know. Like I just hate it. I don't know. Like I felt bad one day because we were at Pine House and the homie was talking to me and he's like he wanted to go play like arcade games. And the only reason I did it was because he looked at me with these eyes and I was like, I can't tell this kid no right now. But he doesn't realize how much I don't like playing arcade games. So
that's an actual real homie story, which we don't get too many of those on here.
He loves
that actually happened.
Do
y'all remember?
I was like, you don't even remember my name half the time, and now you're begging me to go play video games. Like you're killing me right now, Parks.
Yeah, you just called me chicken butt.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that old basketball arcade game called Arch Rivals?
No.
Oh yeah.
What was
beat
it?
the shit out of everybody.
It was a basketball, like a pickup basketball game, but you can punch and kick, and it's basically a fighting game where you happen to be playing basketball at the same time. It was pretty fun.
It was definitely inspired by your Detroit Pistons, Will.
Love that. Does Papa Shot and that kind of thing count as an arcade game?
I'll allow it because they're in every arcade.
Because I will change my tune when it comes to Papa Shot, skee ball, whatever it is. I love the ones where you're banging like the heads of the things that are popping out. Like it's always a random game, like alligators.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah. There was one that we had that was like had alligators, and so we were always just mashing those things. But I like the ones where you're physically doing something, and not the ones where you're like looking at a screen.
Papa Shot is another game that I wish I was better at, but I'm just so bad at Papa Shot for some reason.
Dude, give me Area 51, like the original.
What was that one? Can you describe that one?
Dude,
You had a pistol.
That's a good one, Dave.
You had the pistol, and it's connected with the tube, and it would just like it would take you into different rooms, and you'd have to shoot the aliens.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that
was-
sounds familiar actually.
What was the Aerosmith branded one where they shot CDs?
Revolution X.
Okay.
Don't give up.
Sneaky
Yeah, that
favorite
was a
too for
weird
me. Asteroids, classic game. Cruising USA or any sort of like you're on a jet ski or in a car game, and then Big Buck Hunter are the favorites. 100%.
Oh, if I
Okay.
can ride something, then I'm in on the screen stuff. Sorry, I'm making all these like changes to my original take. But if I can get on a jet ski or a motorcycle, that's more fun. The one where you have your skis in and you're skiing, that one's good.
Yeah. The motorcycle one's tight because you get to sit on it and like lean to turn, and that's pretty fun.
Have you done the horse jockey one where you're mounted on a horse and you're like got your ass in the air and you're just going?
Will, no love for DDR?
DDR arcade, this is a take that true DDR fans will not like. Arcade DDR sucks because like half the time you have to like stomp out the actual things. And so I've always been an at-home guy where it's easier to get a rhythm and you don't
You just
have
don't
any-
stomp hard enough.
I know I don't stomp nearly hard enough, but yeah, the arcade ones are just harder. And so I've always been an at-home guy on my personal like foam pad. I'm gonna start doing
a video
DDR.
of that.
I'm gonna
Just
start
bring your own pad.
I'm gonna start twitching DDR.
I've
This
seen, I've
might
seen your
honestly-
moves, Will. You might not be very bad at it.
Is anyone doing that? I
You
feel
gotta
like
think
I don't know.
somebody is doing
Is
it.
the technology
You got to
there?
think.
I feel like the backers don't have like someone that they're watching Twitch DDR.
Dude, you got to think that's going to do numbers if you hop on DDR pad on Twitch.
Just
Like, I'm tuning in.
yeah, just shirtless. People are waiting for me to release this TikTok that I've been teasing. Can't release it until next week.
It's much less embarrassing than the first one you did.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably because I'm not very good at dancing. Who would have thought? Should we do the next one?